We're coming up on campsite 42 on the Oswegatchie River, downstream of the hamlet of Wanakena in St. Lawrence County. Campsite's on the westerly side of the river. That's going to be on your left as you're headed downstream. You do have a sandy, stony bottom, so it's not bad for swimming. If you're on Loop 3 of the Peavine Swamp Trail, somebody's put up a homemade marker here and very clearly pointed out the herd path to campsite 42. You have a box privy, the top of the little rise just west of the campsite. One thing that's a little disappointing is people are really massacring the trees in here. There are just loads of stumps everywhere you look. Only dead and down trees for firewood. If you look up through the woods, it's just nothing but stumps. Lots of very pole-like trees for a long way up behind the campsite. Not a great site for a bear hang. Campsite sits out on the peninsula just before the Oswegatchie River empties into Cranberry Lake. There's some trees that are pretty decently spaced for hammock camping. There are a couple small, relatively flat, root-free areas where you could put a tent, but generally it's a fairly rooty, rocky site. Somebody brought a do-it-yourself picnic table. So if you're chopping down a live tree to burn it, it's really counterproductive. You're putting in a lot of effort for not getting very much heat because there's so much moisture in that wood it won't burn. If you're at the fire ring and looking straight up, you do have a view of the night sky. If you're at the picnic table looking straight out at the river, you're looking pretty much to the south. Because the site's out on a peninsula, you'll have the prevailing wind coming up the river. Should help keep the bugs down when there is a breeze. There's not much underbrush along the river to screen you from the breeze, however. And it's not a very private campsite. There will be boat traffic through here, in and out of the river, going up and down to Wanakena from the lake. Can hear some traffic noise from State Route 3 while you're at this site. Beautiful fall colors here. Sunrise will be across the river, more or less toward the lake. Sunset will be upstream